Stop for a moment. I'm not asking for your approval. I don't want your like, your comment, or your subscription. What I demand is your focus. Because what I'm about to tell you is a truth you have been trained your entire life to ignore. They have lied to you about your silence. They called it politeness. They called it keeping the peace. They called it being the bigger person. But let's be honest with ourselves. What has this silence truly cost you? Every time you swallowed your words to avoid conflict, a small part of your spirit died. Every time you nodded in agreement when your soul was screaming no, you built another bar on your own mental prison. Every time you stayed quiet to make someone else comfortable, you taught them that your discomfort doesn't matter. Let me tell you a brutal truth about the world we live in. Your silence is not seen as strength. It is seen as an invitation to be overlooked, to be dismissed, to be controlled. Your unspoken truth does not disappear. It turns inward. It becomes a poison. It manifests as anxiety, as depression, as a constant, humming rage beneath the surface. That weight you feel on your chest, that is the crushing gravity of 1,000 unsaid words. This is not a video about mental health in the soft clinical sense. This is not about victimhood. This is about war, a war for your own mind, a war against the programming that taught you that your voice is a weapon to be feared, when in fact it is the only tool that can set you free. Today, we are not going to talk about coping. We are going to talk about conquering. We will not give you platitudes. We will give you psychological weapons. I will show you how to speak your truth not as a plea for help, but as a declaration of power. A declaration so firm that it realigns your world and forces others to reckon with the real you. But be warned, after this, you will be without excuse. You will either remain a silent prisoner in a world you allowed others to build around you, or you will take a breath, open your mouth, and shatter it all. The choice is yours. Let's begin. First, you must understand the nature of your cage. The fear of speaking up is not just about the words. It is about the perceived consequences. The fear of being disliked, the fear of being judged, the fear of rejection, the fear of conflict. Your mind has become a masterful strategist for your own defeat. It constructs elaborate doomsday scenarios for every potential confrontation. If I say this, they will get angry. If I set this boundary, I will lose them. If I express my real opinion, they will think I'm stupid. You are held hostage by ghosts, by possibilities, not by realities. The powerful mind does not see these as threats. It sees them as data points. It understands a fundamental law of human dynamics. Respect is not given to those who avoid conflict. Respect is earned by those who can handle it. Your silence has not saved you from judgment. It has guaranteed that you will be judged on a false version of yourself, a weaker version, a more compliant version. You are being judged anyway. The only question is, will you be judged for who you truly are, or for the coward you are pretending to be? Speaking your truth is not an act of aggression. It is an act of authenticity. And authenticity is the ultimate form of power. It is an alignment of your inner world with your outer world. This alignment is the very definition of mental health. The friction, the anxiety, the depression,
That is the chaos created by the chasm between who you are and who you pretend to be. Today, we close that chasm. The first step in this war is to reframe the objective. Your goal is not to win the argument. Your goal is not to convince the other person. Your goal is not even to be understood. Your primary, non-negotiable objective when you speak up is this: to honor your own truth. That's it. When you release yourself from the need for a specific outcome from the other person, the fear dissolves. You are no longer performing for their approval. You're acting in service of your own integrity. Whether they agree, disagree, get angry, or applaud is irrelevant. You have already won the moment the words leave your mouth because you have chosen to be loyal to yourself. Think of it like this: a soldier's duty is to execute his mission regardless of the weather. Your duty is to speak your truth regardless of the reception. Make your own integrity the prize, and you will never lose again. This mindset shift is the foundation. It transforms a terrifying confrontation into a simple act of personal alignment. Now, let's forge the tools. The second principle is to speak from your territory. Do not attack theirs. This is a crucial tactical distinction. Weak communication attacks the other person. It uses words like "you always" or "you never." It is accusatory and immediately puts the other person on the defensive. "You never listen to me. You are so selfish." This is a losing battle. Powerful communication is rooted in your own experience. It is irrefutable because it is your truth. You use I statements, not the weak pleading "I feel" that you've been taught, but the strong declarative I of observation and need. Instead of "you are ignoring me," you state the fact from your perspective. "I have not felt heard in our recent conversations." Instead of "you are being disrespectful," you declare a boundary. "I will not continue this conversation when I am being spoken to in that tone." Instead of "you need to change," you state your position. "For me to feel safe in this relationship, I need this behavior to stop." Do you see the difference? You are not making them the villain. You are simply stating the terms of engagement for your own life. You are the sovereign of your own kingdom, and these are your laws. They are free to abide by them or to leave, but they are not free to violate them on your soil. Speaking from the I is not passive. It is the calm, unshakable stance of a person who knows where their property line is and is not afraid to defend it. The third principle is to master the power of the pause. Fear makes your mind race. It makes you want to rush your words, to get it over with, to fill the silence. This is a strategic error. The powerful communicator understands that silence is not a void. It is a weapon. It is pressure. Before you speak your truth, take a deliberate, deep breath. After you have spoken, hold the silence. Do not rush to explain, to justify, to soften the blow. State your truth and then stop. Let the words land. Let them hang in the air.
This silence does a few things. First, it demonstrates that you are not afraid. You are calm. You are in control of the tempo. Second, it forces the other person to truly process what you have said. It prevents them from an immediate, reactive comeback. Third, and most importantly, it communicates immense, unshakable confidence. You have said what needed to be said, and you have nothing more to add. You are waiting for their response, not begging for it. Learn to become comfortable in that moment of tension. It is in that space that power dynamics are redefined. The person who cannot handle the silence is the person who will lose the exchange. Own the silence, and you own the room. The fourth principle: detach your worth from their response. This is the inner citadel. No matter what happens after you speak, you must have a pre-planned emotional strategy. They might get angry. They might gaslight you. They might call you crazy. They might walk away. You must decide beforehand that none of this will define you. Your worth was not on the table. It was never up for negotiation. You did what you had to do for your own mental and spiritual integrity. Their reaction is a reflection of them, their fears, their insecurities, their inability to handle the truth. It is not a reflection of you. Visualize it. See them reacting poorly, and in your mind, see yourself observing their reaction with a kind of detached curiosity, like a scientist observing a chemical reaction. Interesting. My truth has caused this effect. There is no emotional attachment. This is the ultimate freedom, to be able to stand in your truth, deliver it cleanly, and be completely unaffected by the fallout. This does not mean you are cold or unfeeling. It means your core is so solid, so rooted in self-respect, that the storms on the outside cannot shake your foundation. This is the very definition of mental fortitude. It's not about not feeling. It's about not being controlled by your feelings or theirs.
So let us put this together. You are not a victim asking for better treatment. You are a sovereign being defining the terms of your existence. You enter the exchange with one goal: to honor your truth. You speak from your territory, using the irrefutable power of I. You use the pause to command the space and demonstrate unshakable confidence. And you remain detached from the outcome, knowing that your worth was never in question. This is not a one-time act. This is a practice. You start small. Speak up when your coffee order is wrong. State your opinion on a movie. Set a small boundary with a friend. Each time you do it, you are building a muscle. You are rewiring your brain. You are teaching yourself on a cellular level that speaking up does not lead to death. It leads to life. It leads to power. It leads to freedom. Your mental health is not a fragile flower that needs to be protected from the world. It is a blade that needs to be forged in the fire of authentic expression. Every word you swallow is a layer of rust. Every truth you speak is a sharpening of the edge. Stop waiting for the world to give you permission to exist. Stop hoping that others will magically guess what you need. They will not. Your voice was given to you for a reason. It is the tool you must use to carve out your space in the world, to defend your peace, and to build a life that is an honest reflection of the magnificent, powerful soul that you are. The fear will never completely disappear, but you will become bigger than the fear. You will learn to dance with it. You will learn to use it as a compass, pointing you directly toward the conversation you need to have. So, the next time you feel that lump in your throat, that knot in your stomach, recognize it for what it is. It is not just fear. It is a call to arms. It is your soul begging you to speak. Answer the call. Open your mouth and set yourself free.